Hello, Markham families. I'm Victoria. I'm your parent training lead for the School2Home program, and we're going to go right into our fourth workshop, which is digital citizenship. Digital citizenship. What is it? It consists of your online interactions, your digital reputation, and your digital footprint. Don't worry if you don't know what any of those things are. We're going to explain them in this video. Here is a short video explanation.
No matter where you go online, being a good digital citizen can make your online experience much smoother and safer. Thankfully, you can become a better digital citizen in just a few steps. First, always treat others as you'd like to be treated. As you go through forums, comment sections, and social media, remember you're interacting with real people. So be respectful and speak as you would if you were face to face. Insulting, bullying, or arguing with people only makes things worse, and that sort of negativity can have real-life consequences. Next, don't feed the trolls you meet. Trolls are people who enjoy aggravating or arguing with others, and they're found in comment sections, message boards, or anywhere else that can cause disruption. Unfortunately, they're also fairly common. If you encounter a troll, it's best not to interact with them, as any response will likely encourage them to continue their behavior. Don't take material that doesn't belong to you. Although it seems easy to claim others' work for your own use, you still need permission to use material that isn't yours. Always think carefully about what you post online. Remember that once you submit something, you lose control of it, whether it's a message board post or a text message. That's one big reason why your digital footprint can last for many years. So don't post anything that could hurt you if someone found it years later. Be incredibly careful with your personal info. Avoid posting sensitive information, such as your mailing address, phone number, or driver's license number, as some people may try to use that information to take advantage of you. Whenever you're in doubt whether something is safe to post online, don't post it. Finally, don't believe everything you read online. Always take the time to investigate claims and confirm their reliability, especially if they seem extraordinary. That also means you shouldn't share unconfirmed info on social media, or else you could be spreading misinformation. Essentially, being a good digital citizen means you're respectful and safe wherever you go online.
One very short explanation, but it's a very good one, It just means you have to really watch out for what you're doing online because, as you know, everything online is mostly public if you don't know how to be private about stuff. And kids these days will post a lot of personal information or pictures that they probably shouldn't be. And we really have to teach them to be responsible and careful just for the sake of not getting caught up, as they would say, in the future. Because like the video mentioned, if you publish something 10 years ago, it can come back and haunt you. Your digital footprint. What is your digital footprint? It's a trail of data you create while using the internet. It includes the websites you visit, the emails you send, and information you submit to online services. Your digital reputation is directly related to the digital footprint you leave behind. Things to think about. What social media are your kids using these days? Are they on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok? What are they viewing online using Google, YouTube, Reddit, or any other platform? What are they posting online, and who are they communicating with online? Here's things to look for. Oversharing and digital footprint. This is a video from the commonsense.org website, which I will be sharing with you later at the end of this video. A sheet with a bunch of QRs and links that you can explore with in regards to how to keep your kids safe when they're on the internet.
The idea of, posting and having a lot of people see it can definitely be kind of scary. If you're a teenager, you're going to make bad decisions sometimes.
They can screenshot it, they can do so many things to save that, and they can edit it in ways that you won't want them to.
Whether or not you think it'll go away, it's there. Anything you post online, you're stuck with.
Oversharing to me is putting too much of your personal life in front of a wide audience of people.
Posting something for the sake of showing that you're there and maybe not because you're actually having that great of a time. Posting about things that people don't necessarily think are significant, but they're just kind of posting to be posting.
What you share and how often you share is going to affect the way that somebody views you. Just because I'm going to post all the time, that doesn't mean that you're going to get all the attention. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to like you.
For example, people have like Finstas or spam accounts where they just like post random stuff, and sometimes they get too personal with what they're talking about on there.
Things that are meant to be texted one-to-one, people tend to post online so 50 other people can see their plans for tomorrow or the next weekend. You could be doing something like that could potentially endanger yourself by making your account public and saying too much about where you live or who you are.
When I'm in like a cool location and I want to show everybody where I am, but most of the time I'll just tag where I am on like a Snapchat story so people can know.
So once you put something online, it can be there forever because people might take screenshots, they might record it, they might save it.
I don't think people don't realize that it's going to be there forever. I think they just don't care. A lot of people have this mentality of like, what I'm doing is very insignificant. Why is anyone going to care about this?
You should be cautious of what you post. You don't post your pictures and think like, okay, nobody's seeing me, nobody screenshotting me, nobody doing nothing. Because people doing that, you just not gonna know.
Your Snapchats, despite the fact that they only last, 4 to 8 seconds, they're still there. Your Instagram stories that go away after 24 hours, they're still there. Anything that is posted, anything that's up, no matter what happens, even if you leave it up for a minute and take it down, it's there as soon as you put it up there.
No one's going to scrutinize everything that you say the same way that you write.
You are not obliged to post every second of your life in order to please what you might seem as the majority of people. So when you feel like you have to post all the time, when you feel like you have to do this in order to get fame and attention, you don't. It's not your job.
That's something you always have to be thinking about. What do you want people to remember you on social media as?
commonsense.org/education to find more videos with testimonials and information from teenagers themselves on why you should be responsible online. Ask yourself, what is one thing you can do now to understand and support your kids' digital footprint? How can you tell them to be more responsible and to really think about the things that they're putting online for the sake of not putting themselves in a position that they will later regret? So now we're moving on to digital reputation. What is it? A digital reputation is a digital footprint created by all the things you say and do online, as well as what others say or post about you. The people and sites you follow, the content you post, like, or share, and the comments you make all contribute to your digital reputation. Your digital reputation is directly related to the digital footprint you leave behind, as I mentioned before. One thing to really think about is, with technology being so big these days, jobs and colleges now search their prospective employees and students before considering them for anything. So if someone is being irresponsible and posting stuff they're not supposed to online, schools and businesses are looking into these things before they even think, hey, should I let this person even work here? Because if they're not a stand-up citizen and it shows in their social media accounts or any other account that they have online, why should they accept them? More things to think about are, what social media are your kids using to interact with others? What are they viewing online? What are they posting about themselves and about others? And more importantly, how do they treat people online and how do people treat them. This is a very important thing to think about because cyberbullying is actually one of the biggest online problems with adolescents between the ages of 12 to 15, and it has been since technology became popular. People don't realize what they're telling others can hurt someone very deeply, especially when you're behind a screen and another person, they can't see your reaction, or you can't really read what others are saying. Like if someone posts a comment but they didn't say it in a mean way or they were playing around, a person reading it wouldn't realize that because they're reading it in whatever tone they see it as. So things could just get really lost in translation. So it's very important to be careful with these things. Here is a short video on social media and online interactions, also from commonsense.org, called Dealing with Digital Drama.
People fight over text all the time. Digital drama is a thing.
There are ways to avoid digital drama, but I think it's mainly inevitable.
You need to get ready to have something be said that maybe you won't like.
On social media, everything social-wise gets a bit more intense. It just causes so much unnecessary drama, I would say.
Sometimes I need to take a break from it because sometimes it's too much for me. And then if there's drama going on, I'll set it aside.
And even though there are steps that we can take to reduce it, it's not going to end.
You can say anything over text, which you would never actually say in real life.
It's so much easier to fight with your friend over the phone than it is to fight with your friend in person. That's a new thing.
People can just hide behind, certain accounts and certain places on social media and just say whatever they want to say. We kind of have this disconnect that I think sometimes social media can cause, where it develops almost a tolerance for a lack of empathy.
It's really important to think about how other people are going to take it, because whatever comment you make could be seen by potentially thousands or millions of people. Now more than ever, where somebody makes a rude comment and they get put on blast for it.
You don't see the other person's reactions, so you just keep on going. You don't know if the person is sad. You don't know if they're angry. You don't know what they're thinking about you.
Social media can turn into sort of a negative space when there's a lot of anonymous posting. No one else knows who that person is, so it creates a lot of tension and drama within friend groups.
In the comment sections of posts that are viral or popular, I'll see someone voicing an opinion, and all of a sudden there'll be a thread of even hundreds of comments, people just arguing and not even knowing each other.
You could get insulted very easily, on your appearance, on your just anything that you say, anything that you put out onto the internet.
Something so small can escalate to something so big, and as it escalates, the topic can completely change to something that's really big.
People that I know actually worry about how many followers they have compared to other people, if they're not getting as many messages. When I see the people around me getting into drama on social media, kind of makes me not want to be on social media. It just seems easier to not be a part of that. I have a couple of friends who are very close, but they fight a lot. I'll get screenshots of their conversation from both of the people just being upset and long paragraphs about how upset they are, and instead of talking to each other about it in person, so I've suggested both of them multiple times.
I would say I'm more comfortable talking face to face because on social media it's hard to communicate a sense of realness and emotions.
The best way to deal with digital drama is to leave what's happening. Maybe it's a group chat that you're in, just to leave that, because the more that people talk about it, the more that people are going to think about it, and the more you might get into it and you might say more things.
It is really easy to get your feelings hurt, but you just gotta it's just they're just hiding behind a screen basically.
I think the best way to deal with digital drama and help mediate it is, first of all, I always suggest talking in person because that's always easier.
Avoiding confrontation is something that I'm trying to be aware that I don't do. A way that I can just disassociate myself from the negativity is to just not respond.
So, things to think about in regards to dealing with digital drama. What video games are your students using to play with others? Are they on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox? These are actually video games now where technology's become such a big deal and everyone is so interconnected that you can literally just play with strangers and speak to them. It does like there isn't even a limitation on what age range you're playing around with. It could be literally a 6-year old playing with a 25-year-old if they're playing the same video game and connected online and they have the ability to talk to one another. So that's a very scary thing because you never know who you can interact with and the things that they can say to you. It's very serious. So another thing is what social media are your students using to interact with others where also people can hide behind their phone, their computer and lie about who they are, lie about who they actually are while claiming to be a certain person or even saying they're someone they might know and then just fooling them. So again, who do they talk to online? Do they know these people in real life or did they meet online? It's very important to try to monitor your children's use of video games, phones, computers, any online interaction that they're having because you honestly never know who they could be talking to and they don't either. So here's one more video called Who You're Talking to Online.
There are a lot of people out there who aren't who they say they are, in small ways and big ways.
I think it is totally fine for someone to become friends with someone online, but you have to be very, very careful.
You know, they're thinking over their text and their pictures could be fake.
On social media, you can talk to people, but like you can't really get your emotion across.
Talking to strangers online, it's 50-50.
Some of the benefits of online relationships, it's definitely easier to interact and talk to people because you're thinking about what you're saying and you just are more comfortable.
Right, so some of the greatest parts about having a friendship with someone online is that they're easily accessible. You can just text them, be like, hey, what's up? You can have that sort of immediate connection all the time.
If you are in a smaller community, becoming friends with someone online allows you to become friends with someone who has a similar interests as you, and you can have a really good friendship with someone.
I really do enjoy playing video games, connecting with other people, whether they're strangers or if I'm playing with my friends and talking to them and, doing something together. I think that that's really fun that we can all enjoy the same thing.
You don't feel like you actually have to deal with this person. So if they don't like what you're saying, they can leave. If you don't like what they're saying, you can leave.
Sometimes having conversations can just be they can make you sort of anxious. When you're online, you're behind the screen. It'll make it easier for them to say things that they want to say, that they might not say in real life.
There is a very significant difference between a real friendship and an online friendship. That's not to say that your online friendships aren't real. It's just that they're different.
There's something called IBF, so Internet Best Friends, and basically they text and they become best friends, but they haven't met them in real life.
I felt a lot of genuine trust between the people that I talked to online because they were really close friends of my close friends. It's just, I think trust is the main thing.
So I have become friends with people who are friends of friends, or I know through other people. I'll add them on, Instagram or Snapchat, whatever it is I'm using. And maybe I'll just say hi or just start a conversation.
There's things that you can tell people online that you can't tell people in real life. At the same time, you have to know how to be safe, right?
I would say I'm more comfortable talking face to face because like on social media, you can talk to people, but like it's hard to like communicate like a sense of realness and like emotions.
If the person is a total stranger to you, they may have an alternative motive trying to get other information out of you.
They might be pretending to be somebody that they're not. They might be using you for something.
Like, please don't tell people online your full name or where you live.
You don't actually know who they really are, and you need to be sure that they're okay.
I think a lot of people assume that because you have a friend online and they're kind of not always in your day-to-day and you can choose and edit what you say to them, that it's always going to be good. But it's still a relationship. It's still two people. and you're giving them a lot of information about yourself.
So your digital reputation and online interactions. What is one thing you can do to check on your kids' online interactions? Do you have open conversations with your children about who they talk to online and what they connect to, what they like to search, what their interests are? It's very important to build relationships with our children that have enough trust so that they can be open with us, because at the end of the day, there are some times when kids won't know better and they need your help to be able to see through people who are lying to them, or communicate if somebody is being a bully to them online and they just don't want to talk about it. You want them to be able to open up to you so that you can resolve any issue or cut off anyone who's hurting them or trying to get into their lives inappropriately. It's such a delicate subject, using the internet, using phones, playing video games these days, because everyone is so interconnected that children and anyone really can fall prey in any different way to predators or just people trying to steal your identity, people pretending to be someone they're not. It's just a very serious subject. So really think about what it is you can do to help your kids through this, especially at an age like this where they're teenagers, they're growing, they're learning more, they're wanting to meet more people, wanting to interact, get to learn different things. Like these things, it's important for them to be able to do it, but it's more important for them to be able to do it safely. So now I'm going to show you a resource that I uploaded to the Markham website, just for future reference if you want to do a little bit of research on how to help monitor your kids and stuff like that online. So we're going to go to newmarkham.com, which is right here. And for future reference, anytime that you want to go to our School2Home page, you can either go to tech trainings under the parent menu, or you can even type in newmarkham.com/S2H for School2Home. So we're going to go to the School2Home page. Scroll down. These are all the videos that we have already published online for you to check out if you haven't. So if you look here under Workshop for Digital Citizenship, you're going to see Resource Sheet. You want to click there, and you're going to get this sheet, which is all links from commonsense.org, where you can either take your phone and scan the QR code, or you can go ahead and just click on the blue links above each QR code. They coincide with each other, and it'll take you to a page where you can do your own research on how to help your kids with technology, through technology. They have awesome little videos. They have next questions, just a lot of good information that can help you learn how to communicate better with your kids, or to help teach your kids how to be safer online right from home. And you can even try to explore these with your children if you have the time, just so that you can both get a better understanding of what it is to be safe online. And there's a bit of everything. You have cell phone parenting from ages 10 to 12, 13 and up, social media, privacy and internet safety, learning with technology, violence in media, screen time, mental health, cyberbullying, parent concerns, and even drugs and alcohol. Just feel free to click on any of those or go to commonsense.org and explore their website. They have a ton of videos like the ones we saw today. And hopefully they can really help you to learn more with and about your kids and the interactions that they're having with people online. So our next workshop is going to be on December 1st. We will be having a Zoom session at 9 a.m., which is a Wednesday. And then right after that session, we will have a live session at Markham in the Parent Center, which is room 2. If you prefer to learn in person, I do recommend this workshop in person instead of online because it's going to be very interactive. We're still working on how we're going to work through the online portion of it, but I am almost positive we're going to have a QR sheet with links the way that I just showed you for this workshop. And it's going to be on how to benefit from technology in your everyday life, not just for your students' academic achievement, but also for yourself, because it's always good to learn how to catch up with the world that is completely all about technology now. So we're going to learn how to find beneficial information from mental health services to community and college resources, how to do online searching, book appointments, shop online, download and use apps, and many other things. We hope to see you then. So we have reached the end of our workshop, and now it's time to fill in your exit ticket. So thank you for engaging with School2Home program. Please make sure to use your phone to scan this QR code. And if you do not have a smartphone that has that feature on the camera, you can go to webqr.com to scan the code and complete the exit ticket. If you do not have that, I will show you how you can find it on our website. But also, if you have social media, be sure to follow us. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube with @New Markham. So we're going to go to the New Markham page, and I'm going to show you where you can find the exit tickets. So as I said before, you can go to Tech Trainings under the Parents menu, or you can just type in newmarkham.com/S2H. And here on the left is our sub-menu for School2Home, and all you do is click Exit Tickets. Then you want to click on Workshop 4, Digital Citizenship. It is bilingual. You don't have to put in your email to be able to fill it out. And we just want you to answer these 3 questions here and press Submit. Thank you again for accompanying us, and we hope to see you at our last parent workshop for the fall semester of 2021. Have a great day.